To the Armstrong School District Board of Directors regular meeting for Monday, June 18th, 2018. Won't you please rise with me for a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Burdell.
Here.
Ms. Bowser.
Here.
Mr. Chauncey.
Here.
Mr. Elkin. Ms. Lowe.
Here.
Dr. Lobby. Mr. Mulroy. Mr. Scaife.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
The Board of School Directors of Armstrong School District convened an executive session on Monday, June 18th at 7 o'clock p.m. in the Faculty Lounge of West Hills Intermediate School in Kittanning for discussion of personnel and real estate.
Thank you. Any reports, either from Lenape or Aaron? I'm not sure who the representatives are. For Aaron.
Aaron is meetings tomorrow night, so nothing new since the last time.
Lenape reps, anything to report?
I don't think anything to report. We basically just ordinary business last meeting.
Okay. Administrators?
We have no additional reports other than what was presented last week.
At this time, do we have public comments on any of the agenda items? Okay, we'll move to the agenda for approval. I would look for a motion and a second to approve the minutes. I'll combine the minutes for the open caucus session for May 10th, the regular meeting for May 14th, and the special meeting of May 24th. A motion, yes. Ms. Bowser, second Mr. Burdell. Roll call.
Ms. Lowe.
Yes.
Mr. Scaife.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Burdell.
Yes.
Ms. Bowser.
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey.
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Same thing for the bills. We'll combine and approve the, look for a motion and a second for the food service fund for May, capital projects fund for May, the athletic fund for April, and the presentation of bills for payment. Do I have a motion and a second? Mr. Scaife and Mr. Burdell. Any comments, questions? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Scaife.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Burdell.
Yes.
Ms. Bowser.
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey.
Yes.
Ms. Lowe.
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Also look for a motion and a second to combine and approve. We pulled per 7, as was discussed in the executive session, so it'd be per 1 through 6, and personnel 8 through 26, except any of those that are for information only. So can I have a motion and a second to combine and approve? Ms. Lowe, second. Ms. Bowser. Roll call.
Mr. Smith.
No on personnel 15, yes on all the rest of them.
Mr. Burdell.
Yes.
Ms. Bowser.
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey.
Yes.
Ms. Lowe.
Yes.
Mr. Scaife.
Yes.
Per 15, we had number voting yes, 5. Number voting no, 1. 3 absent. Motion carries. The remainder of the items, number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Education, we have 2 items. I'll need a motion and a second to combine and approve Ed 1, which is student transfer request, and Ed 2 is just a co-op with Mount Aloysius College. Motion and a second. Ms. Lowe, second. Mr. Smith. Any comments, questions, otherwise from the board? Roll call.
Mr. Burdell.
Yes.
Ms. Bowser.
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey.
Yes.
Ms. Lowe.
Yes.
Mr. Scaife.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Okay, for business, we're going to break it up and do a few things here. I'll look for a motion and a second to combine and approve business 1 through business 9. So that'll be the first thing that we'll take a look at. So I need a motion and a second to combine and approve 1 through 9. Ms. Lowe? Mr. Scaife? Questions or comments from the board, or does the administration want to highlight anything different from what we discussed on Thursday?
Yeah, not unless there's any specific questions relating to those.
Okay, roll call.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
The next thing we'll do under business is I'll look for a motion and a second to combine and approve Business 10, which is the adoption of the 18-19 budget, as well as Business 11, which is the homestead and farmstead exclusion for 2018-19. So we're going to combine and approve those. I need a motion. Mr. Burdell, second. Ms. Bowser. Again, any questions or comments from board members or highlights or notes from the administration?
There was no change from what was discussed last week in terms of budget numbers.
If some reason that the state budget would come back any differently than what we previously presented, we'll bring you up to speed on that in July.
Roll call?
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Okay, so I'll need, is it a vote to waive the rules or, okay. I'll need a motion and a second to waive the rules because we need to add something to the agenda tonight. The first thing will, is it business 12?
It's
It
the first
is.
one. It's the first one. Stabilization for Western Record, maybe.
Okay, so business 12 is waive the rules. Okay. Business 12 is the appointment of a liaison between ASD and Berkheimer. So, you want to explain?
Yeah, Sam could address it. It's that company needs board authorization to allow him to be able to access some of the records and financials of the school district. Or new.
This is our new point director of accounting, Mr. McCullough, who started today. Berkheimer sends us reports via email, and for him to get access to that, get on the Berkheimer site, they just need a resolution stating he has permission to do so.
Okay. And this was not on the agenda Thursday, so we'll need to waive the rules to add it to the agenda tonight. So I need a motion and a second to adding business 12 to the agenda. Ms. Lowe, second. Mr. Burdell. I guess we can go right to roll call, just to add it to the agenda.
Ms. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion to waive the rules carries.
So it's added to the agenda. Now we'll vote on that. I'll need a motion and a second to vote on business 12. Motion. Ms. Bowser, a second. Mr. Skate. More comments, questions? Assume no. Roll call.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Logue?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Okay, I'll also need a motion and a second to waive the rules to add business 13 to the agenda. Business 13 is a new resolution. It reads as follows. This is for a change order not to exceed $80,000 for the West Shamokin Turf Project for soil stabilization. So look for a motion and a second.
Why don't you get some explanation from Sam on that before you?
Okay, yep. Can you explain that?
Yeah, what that is today we had a meeting with Progress, ASHTV, out at West Shamokin. They were approved to put the turf in for the football field, and what this meeting was about was to determine whether or not we needed to put the stabilization system in to solidify the soil. They've uncovered the topsoil, they've let it lay. There's, in their opinion, and we saw it, that there's there's a lot of moisture that's staying in the ground. So to make this more stable, they propose this process, which is to not the the $80,000 that we're talking about. So they can do without, but it's recommended they put it in. It'll just solidify the whole process, make it go quicker, and then so when you tear it up next time to put the new turf down on, it would, because 10, 12 years, whenever you need to replace the carpet, it also will make the process easier as well.
Thank you. Any questions for Sam? So we'll need a motion and a second to waive the rules to add this to the agenda. Mr. Burdell, second. Ms. Bowser. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion to waive the rules carries.
It's on the agenda, so I'll need a motion and a second to approve that change order not to exceed $80,000 for the West Shamokin Turf Project for soil stabilization. Motion? Ms. Lowe, second. Mr. Brunel? Roll call?
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
There are 4 items under maintenance, M1 through 4. We discussed a few of these on Thursday. Look for a motion and a second to combine and approve M1 through M4. Motion. Ms. Lowe? Second, Mr. Scaife. Any other comments or questions from board members or highlights from administrators? Roll call?
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
1 item under student transportation services. Need a motion and a second to approve STS 1. Motion. Mr. Scaife, a second. Ms. Lowe? Roll call?
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
I need a motion and a second to approve policy 1 through 4. We talked about those policy changes on Thursday. So I need a motion and a second to approve. Motion from Ms. Lowe, a second from Mr. Burdell. Any other questions or comments about those policy changes? Roll call.
Ms. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Skate?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
2 items under general. General 1 is the election of assistant board secretary, and general 2 is the authorization to proceed with the formation of a rifle team at AHS. And as you all know, we heard the presentation on Thursday, asking us to support proceeding further with that. So I'll look for a motion and a second to combine and approve Gen 1 and 2. Motion by Ms. Lowe and a second by Ms. Bowser. Any other questions or comments about?
I just have one comment. That the rifle team, they're going to supply, all materials, rifles and all that. We're just providing transportation.
That's
Is that
correct.
correct?
That is what I heard.
So, okay.
Could that be put into the resolution?
Sure.
That we're not going to buy their rifles, at what were they, 2,500 to 4,500 apiece or something like that? I mean, I just have, putting that out there. Perhaps add, for a sum not to exceed, of course you don't want to do that.
Well, you don't know what the transportation is gonna cost.
Right.
If that's what your concern is, just make the resolution and we'll provide transportation.
Well, we're going to use one of our new vans.
Not if you have 10 kids. You're
Both
taking
of
10
them.
kids, it's a 10 passenger
All
van.
right, yeah.
Can't put 11 in it.
Just like you said, specify that we would provide transportation?
I think that's what they were asking for, correct?
Yeah. What do I need to do? Is that just gonna be reflected in?
You'll need to move to amend the resolution that
And just say that you're not gonna.
was discussed
I think
at the last meeting.
they got matching grants coming from the RIS.
I need a motion and a second to amend Gen 2 to reflect that the school district will pay for transportation costs for that, for the rifle team
You might want to put year 1.
in year 1.
Okay, do we have the wording, right?
I do.
We
Thank
okay?
you.
I make the motion to amend.
Need a second? Mr. Burdell. Roll call.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Lowe?
Yes.
Number voting 6. Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion to amend Gen 2 carries.
So now do we have to approve Gen 2?
As amended.
So I'll need a motion and then a second to combine Gen 1 and Gen 2 as amended. Up a motion? Ms. Lowe, a second. Mr. Burdell. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Ms. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 6. Number voting no, 0. 3 absent. Motion carries.
Okay, we'll move to other. Do board members or administrators have anything under the category of other at this time?
Yeah, no additional items on our behalf.
Nothing for board members? Then I will look for a motion and a second to adjourn. A motion to adjourn. Mr. Burdell and a second by Mr. Scape. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.